Hold on. What's that?
Cancel. Not okay, cancel.
Okay.
Okay, and your record button will be right on the bottom there. Big record thing.
Okay, got it. Yes, sorry.
And if Janet Darling wants to record, do you want to record?
I don't need to.
Okay, we can send you a copy.
Thank you.
Good.
Great. Thank you.
Good.
Okay, good. So unshare your screens. You know how to do it now. Unshare your screen.
Yes.
And then what'll happen is whoever's speaking comes up on the screen.
And can we go with Jan and Janet?
Janet Darling can be Janet and I can be Jan.
Jan. Okay.
Or you can just call me JD.
Okay.
Jack Daniels.
Okay. JD. Okay, I'll make a joke out of it. Okay, unshare your screen there. Stop share on the top. JD.
Oh, stop sharing?
And I'll leave,
okay.
get you to share once we're ready to go. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Janet, you're
Awesome.
recording?
Yep.
Good. Okay, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This is Grant Cameron, and I have an exciting show tonight. We have got some new photos to look at. As you know, there's a lot of people running around who have a lot of photos. I have two Janets today. So we have Janet Dornian,
JD.
and I have Janet
Sure.
Darling. So we have Janet, and we'll call Janet Darling JD. And you're from California, JD?
Yes, correct.
Beautiful. Okay, we got this sort of straightened out here. We're playing around with the buttons here and sharing and stuff. Janet has gotten photos. She has a website, Orbs of St. Clement, which is an area just north of the city where I live, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. And she's taken a lot of orb photographs. We've had some discussions. I've gone to her farm and stuff. And now we've been contacted by JD in California. And she sent a bunch of very interesting photos, and I shared them with Janet. And we're now going to have a little session here, and we're going to see some photos and discuss what we think might be going on here and solve all the problems of the world. How does that sound?
Good.
Okay. Welcome, Janet and JD. How you doing?
Fine.
Doing great.
Beautiful. So let's start with JD. Can you basically talk, before we share screen, can you
Okay.
basically talk about your background? Like, how did you start to get UFO photographs? Are you like an experiencer? You've had encounters your life? Have you had UFO sightings? How did you get down the rabbit hole with Janet and I?
Well, I started seriously taking photos in 2013 when I lived in a smaller town, about 5,000 plus, in like Fowler, California.
Okay.
It's in Fresno County. And I live
You're
in
near San
Fresno.
Francisco then?
I'm sorry, what?
Near San Francisco, or you're North or Southern California?
I'm more in the middle, southern, the Central Valley.
Okay.
Probably most San Francisco. But I started taking photos in 2013 more seriously. I wanted to learn more about my husband's camera, which was a Nikon D50. And we were in the country, and I thought this would be fun. I'd take photos of this bunny that had been left behind, a pet that adopted babies and all, and then owls and whatever. And then when I took photos, I saw things in my photos.
Okay,
And
can
I
you
go,
describe
"Oh."
the camera before we go on? Like, is this a digital camera?
I'm sorry. Yes, the camera I was using was a digital D50 Nikon.
Okay, Janet, do you know about these cameras? Because we always have this discussion because people are always using different cameras, so we always like to know exactly what is Miles using. Is Miles using something like that?
I'm using a Canon.
I'm not familiar with the D50. It's probably not a point and shoot, but
Yeah.
It's an older version. So that was an older version of a camera that we had. I right now usually use a Nikon D3300, which is smaller. But I just recently bought a cell phone. It was the mini 12 iPhone, and I love it. And that's where I'm taking photos and videos of orbs. So
Okay, so let's go. Is there any difference between, because we've always discussed this. What are you showing, Janet? You got to talk while you're,
That's the camera that I'm using, Grant.
okay, okay.
It's a Canon SX40 HS.
Okay, so JD, tell me, is there a difference, like when you, because we've had this discussion a lot. You probably haven't been listening to us as we've been doing shows and stuff, but was there a difference between using a camera like a Nikon and then going to the cell phone camera? Did you have to adjust? Because a lot of people say they can't get photos on a cell phone camera, because Janet is using a point and shoot camera, and they're using a Canon, but none of us use cell phone cameras. But so was there a difference between using the Nikon and using a cell phone camera?
yes, the Nikon D50 at that time did not have video. So then with my D3300,
Okay.
it takes video. But when I got a new mini iPhone 12, I was shocked. I put it on video, right?
Yeah.
When the darkest room, when the room is dark, boom, orbs. I've never experienced anything like that in my life, right? I saw it on video, and before I was a skeptic. I go, these people need to be in the nut farm. I mean, this is, get a life. And it happened to me just last week, and I've been waiting for this. I go, wait a minute. All I had to do was get a cell phone. I could see these things. It's like, what is going on? And then I look up dust particles. What color are they? Do they move? How do they move? I'm very curious. I've always been curious, and I'm an artist too. So I guess that's part of it. So I want to research. I want to know more about these dust compared to the orbs. So dust particles are like gray color, and they don't move position and go all crazy. These come up right to the camera lens and stay there and hover and, make you laugh and whatever they want to do. It's crazy.
Have you using a flash? Have you got the light on, or are you just
Yes.
straight? Okay.
Well, I don't press the flashlight. I just put it on. I press video and the light comes on. So,
okay.
And I went in different rooms in my house, and certain areas seem to be not as active. So I go back to the active areas, and it's amazing.
Okay.
It's just
Janet, have you got
incredible.
anything you want to sort of clarify here? Because you're the camera expert.
Me?
No, Janet.
Or
I haven't used my cell phone, and I haven't shot indoors. So that's my next step of figuring stuff out. And also there's the infrared that Annetta from Macedonia talks about. I have one of those infrared binocular units too that I got for Christmas, but I've been waiting for it to warm up before I can get outside to do it. So that's two more avenues. So that's interesting you say that about the video, because I haven't tried on my cell phone. But a friend of mine, we were just at her place, and she was just looking at this outside, and she saw some singing around outside. So does it work? Have you tried it outside, the video on your cell phone?
yeah, a little bit. It seems to work there too. So I'm this week I'm kind of in a wow, like I can't believe this. I mean, I know they're not dust. I don't think you turn on a cell phone and the dust comes up and greets you. I mean, and then takes off. I mean, it's something else.
Welcome to the farm.
And now I'm showing my mom. I mean, she's open-minded, but with the orbs, I think she's a little open-minded, but I still I sent her 3 videos I sent Grant with the green and everything, but yeah.
Yeah, that was my next question. Are you getting colors, or are you, what kind of colors are you experiencing on, and different sizes? Are you getting different sizes?
Yes. I've been experimenting.
Okay.
I've been asking him, can I see such and such color? And they will. Sometimes it will shoot up past the lens real quick, and oh, that's a violet or a purple. That's what I wanted. But yeah, they respond, and it's like, it's mind blowing. It's unreal. And it's just, it's like you're hooked when you see it. It's like you got to take more. It's like, yeah, it's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally hooked. I hear you. I've got probably thousands of pictures, And I still probably go out 4 nights out of 7 outside to catch some more, because
Mhm.
when you find out that they respond to you, now you're in a whole other place of, wow,
It's,
this is
yeah, it's a
interesting.
whole new, you know, you can't really label them as creatures. They're not, because in our mind, the creatures are animals and 4 legs, and you know, they're tangible. My hope is to just to show more of these types of videos and photos, to get the orbs in books so they're classified. You know,
Yes.
I think that's important, because there's something where we're missing something, and there's a lot more going on out there. But when you catch a video of this, you would think right away it should be in the books, but you know,
It's not.
I don't know.
I'll show you one book that I found really helpful, and it's called The Orb Project.
Yes, by Klaus Heinemann,
Yes,
right?
Klaus Heinemann.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you got that book?
No, I seen his video, and then I was listening to his videos, but he spoke in German, so I had to take my cell phone and put translate, because I
Yeah.
didn't have the CC on the bottom.
Yeah, so when you get that book, I would recommend it because it classifies all the orbs. And the reason I really like it, because he's a PhD physicist,
Yes.
he looks at it from a science angle, which I find very interesting. I've got a bit of a science background too. So he looks at it and he classifies the orbs and he talks about all the different things. So I keep going back to his book when I see something like I hadn't noticed in your pictures, but there's plasmas,
Oh,
right,
okay.
or different mists that you
Oh,
can get.
really? Okay.
Yeah, so I shoot some of that stuff. So there's a whole bunch of different whatever energies, whatever kind of energies they
Yeah.
are, So
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I'm more interested in the very basics of, would you find something, like scientists and researchers, when you find some new discovery, you know, they go from the basics, like how does it behave, where does it go, where does it live, so you know, the details. That I think that's more interesting, because if you know more about the basics and how the behavior is, then you can, you know, you don't want to jump 10 miles ahead and say they're from another world, we don't know that yet, you know, they're here, you know. So I think it's more fascinating to know, do they stay in trees, do they sit, how do they know our presence? Really little things like that just kind of interest me.
Do you try to communicate with them? Are you able to sort of get them to respond to you?
Well, I'm just a baby beginner, but I've been trying. Can you show me colors? Can you do loops? Can you do something? But my next experiment would be like to maybe get some paper and make a big thing and make a heart, or not a heart, but just something that they can probably sense or see, and see if they copy it, like a color, like put up a yellow or put up a red, you know, really engage and see what they know, and go more, you know.
mhm.
So what was the first one you did? What the 2013? What showed up on that photograph? And has it gotten more complex as you go along in terms of
Well,
what you're getting?
there's orbs and then there's objects. So, oh yeah, I have a lot of objects. My first one was it. Well, I can't remember it was an object. The first one. It looked like a square above my roof in the country in the Fowler.
Oh,
And
okay. So now we're talking, this isn't orbs, this is objects.
yeah, I see objects, I see orbs. Now I'm getting these light beams, which I never thought, what is going on? I don't know. I don't know anything about that, but I've been getting those
Light beings. Can you describe
beams.
beams? Oh, you're getting the beams too. So you're getting, and I didn't remember, like Janet, you saw in her photographs the myths as well.
Yeah, so there was the one thing that I saw now. I think your photograph was labeled the blue ribbon, and it looked like the ribbon twist.
Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah, that was an object in the sky from my backyard, and it just like it was so noticeable that I had to. I'm going to take a picture of that. I never thought it was going to be a ribbon. It just hovered, and there's no sound, and it was blinking so bright. What is that? And when I zoom in, I've never seen another ribbon object anywhere online. Have you? I'd like to know.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because that one really caught my eye, and I went back and looked at two missed pictures, and they were ribbon shaped too. Now,
Oh,
I don't.
We have that orange ribbon though.
really?
Yeah.
Well, so I'll find those pictures and those two missed pictures. I think I sent them to you, Grant, but I don't know which.
She may not understand what mist is. Like we have.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Yeah, we have like the categories where we have the orbs, and then it sort of turns into these mist things like
Mhm.
smoke or whatever,
Mhm.
and then you have the beams, and the beams have only
Yeah.
happened for about the last 6 years.
And we
Wow.
also have what we call swarms, Grant.
Yeah,
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 that's
yeah.
the
Yours are a bit
granular.
different. Yours are more granular, but of course,
Mm.
everybody said that you took what was it, sand, and put it onto glass, and then photographs of the glass. I still laugh at that. People, it's like because theirs is very granular. It's almost like thousands and thousands of these little tiny white orbs.
Wow.
Interesting. Let's go to your photographs, share screen, and let's get going on showtime here. And Janet, you just jump in and ask questions, and
Okay.
let's see what happens here.
Do I just press my photos, I guess?
Yeah, we got to share screen again. You unscared screen, so go through again the share screen,
All right.
and then
And share, and then there we are.
okay, there we got
Okay,
your screen here.
Now I made also videos of like 20 seconds or something. If
Okay.
I don't know what you want to see first, orbs,
Orbs.
beams.
Let's sort of start from the progression as they go along. Just go through and tell us the story of what you've been filming and stuff that you may find significant.
Well, it's kind of a conglomerate of a montage here, but
That's good.
can I just show you the recent ones so far, or do you want? I mean,
Okay, yeah.
okay. Here's one. It's a short video of a green orb greeting me. Here we go. Can you see this?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. My goodness. Whoa. That's for purple. Green's good. I'll take green. I'll take green. Whoa. You know how they surprise you, they come out of nowhere. But that's pretty basic. A lot of people have those, but this is the one that I really like. It's a funny shimmy. Flasher. Whoa.
Now, how are you taking those, Jen?
Flasher. Cell phone.
And just putting it on record and go?
Yeah, I just hit video record,
Do that one more time.
Do it again?
Yeah.
All right. Flasher. Whoa. My bedroom. Let's do flasher.
Wow.
Those are kind of different. I haven't ever seen one that's that
Go like this.
responsive.
So neat.
Do you have a lot like that are responsive like that, where there's just one orb flying around?
This happened just this week. I just turn it on and they automatically come right when I turn record, and they come right up to me. It's crazy.
They must have known you're coming on my show.
Yeah. They say, you need some help. Here, let me help you.
Yeah, keep going. Show us some more.
Okay, here's a light blue orb. Here we are. Let me do this for you. It's a small one. It looks like a double,
Wow.
a twin or something.
Yeah, do it again. It just as it comes in, it seems to double up, right?
It looks double.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there, it's like it.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch in the background there just at the end too.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, now this is interesting. I don't remember taking this video at all, but I remember taking video and photos of everything else. Okay, let me show you this purple and green one that was down in the country in Fowler. This really kind of blew me away because I've never seen anything like it. It was silent. I had to videotape the video. So. Now watch as it goes away, and then there's that blue. Let me show you.
Okay.
At the very end. Okay, see that blue?
That big puff of blue. I'm
Yeah,
like,
Yeah,
what,
you
right
sent me a still of that. Yeah.
That's wild.
Okay, good. Play the video again. So now we see it in perspective.
I should have done it in slow motion. I can't remember if I did. See, it's purple and it has a light and a green.
green tail?
I could pause it, but it'd be, I don't know. See, it's
Oh,
just
yeah,
the
wow.
weirdest thing. I don't remember that at all. And that never happens.
Do you usually see these when you're photographing them?
Oh, this was out in the country videotaping. Yeah, but
Yeah. Oh,
I don't
okay.
remember that one at all.
Because some people don't see them. They don't see them till after they photograph.
Yeah, it's with me, it's both, but that one I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's the cheese puff. I called it the white cheese puff or Cheeto or Cheeto.
Good name.
Yeah, I'm weird. I like
Good.
the white Cheeto cheese puff, whatever. I felt this. I felt this. I thought it was a piece of string. Right there, right around there. It grazed me. It grazed my finger and it felt like hair.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Good again. Let's go again.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I couldn't believe it.
Oh, we haven't tried.
It just grazed it. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
That's fabulous.
It's unreal. I'm experiencing a whole new thing going on. I don't know what to do. This is I want to show you another video.
Okay.
Well, here's a light. Well, there's so many I want to show you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
just keep showing them. We'll
Okay.
sit here
This
for
is-
a long time to watch.
This is a multicolored craft that was in the country. It was a distance away, and I had my 3x3-inch Pantech camera. And this was through a telescope, and I videotaped it, and it's a real craft. Okay, it's doing different colors, and I was trying to situate myself, but it's the same craft, but different colors. And it's the neatest thing, you know, when you pause it, it's
yeah.
really neat. There's like,
Yeah, you sent me stills of this, correct?
yeah, look at that. I mean, it was for about an hour, and then I went to bed. I was tired. It was like late in the morning, 1, 2 in the morning. And it was off in the distance in the country. And wow, it was awesome.
So this went on for an hour? Wow.
Well, it was there at least an hour. I was there for a long time, and then I got tired and
And you're filming through a telescope?
yeah. Unfortunately, I had to see what I was looking at, and I was shocked. Totally shocked.
Wow.
I'm when I look at this video, it seems as though the craft is roundish.
Yeah.
I'll show you photos. I think you've seen them, but really neat.
Yeah.
But anywho,
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And how did you see it? Did you get an impression to shoot, or did you see it and then decided you were going to shoot? I mean, because that's this communication thing. Is there any sort of communication where they tell you, okay, time to go outside, go skywatch, and then it suddenly appears?
Well, for this one, I just saw blinking
Okay.
light in the distance, probably a mile or less than a mile away,
Okay.
half a mile or so. And then the objects I was shooting, the most activity of objects I've ever seen was out in Fowler in California, when I lived out in the country surrounded by grape vineyards. And every day I would go out between 2 and 2:30 or whatever. And when I was out there, I would see like a flash of light, and I go take it, and then something would appear.
Wow.
Like, I guess you're right. Maybe they're telling me, here, look this way. I don't know, but
Yep.
I never have, abductions or nothing like that. But, so I want to show you some stills. This is interesting. I believe the craft is shaped like this.
Yeah.
And when you zoom in, doesn't it look like a person in here? Right there?
It sure does.
You know,
Marlena would have a heyday with that one.
our
It
brain
sure does.
wants to
a face.
figure that out.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a face.
That is wild.
Janet, do you know Merlina?
Huh?
You know of Merlina?
Marlena
Mhm.
Marcan, she's got a site. You should just look her up on Facebook too, because it's some interesting stuff. And Grant, you've interviewed her.
You
Yeah.
can maybe send her the link, because you've got JD's stuff. We can sort of
Yeah.
bring her up to speed on all the other people around the world that are filming this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours is kind of unusual. Yours is the first time. Let's go back to these colored ones, because
I'm
yours
sorry.
is very unusual. I really haven't seen.
These?
I haven't seen anybody take these kind of, where the thing is changing color and it's almost like it's changing shape as well, correct?
Well, I had that thought, but I'm thinking more of lines of it's just changing color and through the telescope. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
It still cuts in like a V, like there's an opening.
Yeah.
So, your screen's there, so I can't really. There's that.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
They're
really
all
neat.
interesting.
Really neat stuff,
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but you see the lines. It looks like some kind of
Yeah, it is. It does have
some
lines.
kind of metallic kind of thing, grids or something going on. See, there's a V shape, like it's in,
Yeah.
like there's a gap. I've noticed there's a gap in here, and the
Yeah.
lights are here, and the back it's like roundish and with a little higher end down the end there. Pretty
Good
neat.
job. You're doing a good
Pretty
job.
neat. Yeah. Wow.
Can we see that bright red one you had in there?
Oh, let me go back. I'm sorry. Let me show you. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The bright. Yeah. When
Yeah, that
it
one.
went into yeah, it's kind of blurry. Sorry. So.
It's got a blue sort of corona on the side.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. I just noticed that. Wow. Yeah.
So would that just hover there? So it's like hovering kind of in place?
Yeah, it was hovering in one spot. It was just me with the movement, I think, with the camera,
Yeah.
trying to like get the whole thing in there. And
Does your husband come out with you on this stuff, or what do the people think? Are there other people that are helping you witness this?
no, just me. Oh, I did have an experience with my mom a few years ago. We were in another small town in Fresno County. It's Clovis. We were coming out of shopping in the parking lot at noon. It was beautiful, clear blue sky. And up there, probably maybe, I don't know, say less than 200 feet, maybe around there. It looked like an irregular metal solid object just turning, and the sun was reflecting on it, and it just hovered there. I'm guesstimating it must have been like a city bus size. It was long and it had irregularities. It was turning and it was really amazing. And I said, man, I wish I had my camera. And we're outside the car, and my mom said, you brought it. And I go, I did, didn't I? And then I couldn't get it for some reason. It was the little Pantech. Anyway, we left, and that was really neat.
Janet, can you guesstimate how far away from you it was?
Oh, probably, I'm saying less than 200 feet, maybe 200 feet, maybe more. It's hard to gauge, you know.
I had one experience where I was watching a metallic sphere that came into my vision on my right side in the city of Winnipeg. And I was sitting on my balcony and I watched this thing, and it just cruised across. It was a total sphere. It was not irregular at all. It was an absolute sphere. It
Wow.
went across the sky, and by the time I got halfway across the sky, I said, I gotta get my camera. So I ran inside to get my camera. And by the time I got my camera, the last picture just faded into the clouds that were moving in.
Oh man, that's a neat story. I wish I was there to see that.
So I missed it.
All right, well, let me show you.
Let's have a quick look. You've got that file to the right-hand side that says orbs there.
Oh,
And
I
let's have
will.
a quick look at that, because that looks like you got
Yes,
lots of nice
there's that
colors.
ribbon. Yeah. All right, we have the ribbon again. You've seen that.
Maybe blow
Whoa.
that up. That's amazing.
Oh, it's already blown up, zoomed up all the way. I cropped it.
Okay.
I don't know
That's
if it's,
amazing.
I don't know.
How many of the photographs of that did you get? Just the one?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, to me, that might be a bug.
I don't know.
We've got some pictures of bugs that are.
But it was really high up in the sky. And it was
That's the problem. It was,
Oh, yeah.
it's too high.
Yeah,
Too high.
she's looking at it. Whereas the bug, it would show up on the film, but you don't.
yeah, it was huge.
Yeah, the bugs we get are shaped like that, but they're close. You can see they're close.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
What's this next one here?
This one?
The one that was beside it there when you went back. Okay.
Oh, you mean that one? Oh, that was taken, I think, at Morro Bay
Is that a
And,
daylight or a nighttime?
night, because it's darker around there. It's like kind of blue
wow.
hour.
Wow.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
got
What program are you showing us these on?
I own a Mac Pro and I have iPhoto, but I've never had Photoshop or Dreamtime. I just enhance the color or something, or
Well, I'm
enhance,
just asking because I like the way you
light.
can zoom in on them and everything.
Huh?
I'm just asking because I like the way you can zoom in like that. And,
Oh, thank you. It's a thing on top, minus plus
Yeah.
feature. So,
Yeah.
what else? I have a zillion things here. I don't know what the best thing, what you haven't seen. I don't.
You
You've
just
seen
go to
some
the next one. Just go through the orbs. Go one after another because they all look interesting. Go to the one beside it there.
Okay, we have the purple, of course,
Yeah.
the famous purple, and I could zoom in on that.
Well, what is that on the bottom? Is that a line of a?
Yes,
hydro line?
Yeah.
power line. Yes.
That
In
is
my back.
that is something. What do you think about that, Janet?
That's beautiful.
Wow.
Now
Uh,
it's got the edge, like it's got the edge around it, which is, like the corona. It doesn't have maybe quite as much. You can see the rings starting to go in on the inside. So yeah, you'll find some of them have the mandala stuff on the inside, some of them a little less. I think it sort of depends whether they're coming or going, how much details on the inside. When I first started taking pictures, mine didn't have a lot of detail on the inside. Now they're having a lot of detail on them. I'm not sure what that means, but it's an interesting progression, you know?
when I lighten the photo, it shows, little things in it, like, like wavy
Mhm.
stuff.
Yeah.
If I lighten it. Okay, here's one of my favorites. It's the, oh, it's blurry, but anyway, it's the iridescent. I call it iridescent looking. I love that one.
Oh, and
Yeah,
it's got the
it's
one
beautiful.
side and missing there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's flat side there. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, here's another one that I really like. I like all of them, but
Oh, yeah, we got the palm tree. That's good.
Yeah,
yeah,
excellent.
For us in the
For
cold, we
reference.
like the palm tree.
for reference.
And again, once again, you could see this when you were filming it.
Sometimes I don't remember this one, but sometimes I just go out and shoot.
Okay.
But I have seen them. Yeah, incredible. It's just
So you wouldn't be using, that's a daylight. You wouldn't be using a flash on that, right?
yeah, I would.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
do
good.
flash on these. Mhm.
Oh yeah, I'd like to get that one for a background on my screen here.
Yeah, that's
You can do whatever
fabulous.
you want with my photos. You can do whatever you want. That was pretty. I like that one. Oh, here's the one that, look, it's behind the leaf. So you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you can see. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's behind it. So I
Well,
don't know.
it's almost looks like it's illuminating the leaf a little bit because the leaf in front of it is even
That,
lighter, right?
that
Yeah,
is
that could
impressive.
be the
That,
front of the leaf.
Could
because
be
that
the
Yeah.
does
front of
give
the
it the
leaf.
depth. That does mean that it's that it is behind something. That's a pretty important photo.
Yeah. Here's another one. I don't know why that's showing, but here is something I actually saw. So I took a photo of it. It's my neighbors, of course, in the back. All these orbs thingies or whatever.
So you could see all those orbs.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why, I actually saw them. I go, wow, this is amazing.
And this is day or night.
Blue hour.
Wait, what hour?
Blue
Dusk.
hour?
Like dusk?
Yeah, blue hour. After
Okay.
sunset, the sky's blue. And then
Oh,
that's
okay,
the
okay.
best time you take photos.
Oh, okay.
Photographer, yeah.
We're kind of slow here in Canada.
Oh. All right. So let
Speak for
me.
yourself, Grant.
This is just.
You got incredible photos. Just keep showing all these photos. I love them.
Oh, thank you, guys. I don't know what it is. I didn't see this one. I just took it and hope for the best. So
That's
you kind
interesting.
of go with it. Not sure. It's not the moon. I knew the moon was the other way.
No, it's not the moon.
Okay, so you see that white haze around it, that could be, some of the orbs coming into,
Yeah, go
Like
back
I-
to that one, Janet.
Okay. I'll zoom in again.
Yeah, zoom right in on that.
Okay.
now you can see some of the white haze in the bottom and around
yeah.
it. you can see, and I get a lot of
I
that
can't see what you're pointing at.
mists, you know, either the formation of them coming in or going out.
It's almost like something is coming together.
Huh.
Or sometimes they talk about the force field around a craft. Sometimes you get that
Oh,
kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Oh, right. How they can, yeah, I know. I watch all those shows.
Yeah.
And interesting.
Okay.
Um,
Wow.
let me see here. The next one, this one was moving.
Mhm.
Mickey Mouse, whatever you want to say, I don't know, call it.
Yeah.
But it looks like it was
So what-
moving,
what's-
undulating,
What's your
undulating.
time exposure on this? You know?
I just set mine at, well, this was on I can't remember if this was digital. No, it's my cell phone, right? Or I get mixed up. I use my D3300 camera, and I usually have it like 5.6 at a 2000 shutter speed and ISO at 100.
So 2,000ths of a second?
2000, yeah, shutter speed. So, but it didn't stop the motion on this one for some
Yeah, well,
reason.
that's pretty fast motion. If it's 1/2000th of a second and it's moving like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
usually at the 2000, it stops the motion blur, you know, the movement.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So in the orb book, he says if your flash is 1/1000th of a second, and the stuff is still moving, it's going over 200 miles an hour. So this shutter speed would be faster, like, or less time, and it's still moving. So that gives you an idea of how fast some of these things are traveling. So very interesting.
This is odd. I think this is one of the first ones I've ever shot. I don't even know what it is. I don't know if it's part of actually a lens thing that happened on the camera, or did I actually get something? I'm not sure. I've never seen one of these before.
Okay, can I ask
Well,
a question? Are you cropping this out of a photo, or is this, because you know what happens, Janet and Miles, that when you take a photo, you very rarely just get one in a photo. There's usually a pile of them in there. So these seem to be all like, you're wondering whether it's an actual craft or whether it's an orb, because
An
you
orb.
don't just get one orb in a photo.
That's huge.
Yeah, you can. I mean,
But,
Yeah,
but
you
these
can.
are almost all exclusively one orb in a
Yeah.
photograph. Almost all these
Yeah.
are like that.
Yeah, this was
So-
like, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know that. Yeah.
So did you pull this out? Is this part of a photo that you grabbed just the orb part of the photo?
Yeah, and I cropped it so you can see it better.
Okay. That's what I'm asking. Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
Okay.
This is pretty impressive.
Let's see here. I can't see this one.
There we
Oh,
go.
that's I got two photos of that. I think this was the next day. It looked, I had another one come up. I don't know if it's the same one.
Wow. You got the
It
bottom,
looked-
the flat bottom again.
yep, interesting.
Kind of looks like one of those desserts. I don't know if you wrote like a little cake or
So
something. I don't know.
how far would that tree be away? I guess next to our neighbor's yard, something like
It's
that.
next door.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Uh-huh.
That orb could be anywhere between that tree and. where
Yeah,
you-
yeah. If it's close to the
Now-
camera. Yeah.
Now this, I don't know. It could be from the camera. How do I know? But
Oh, cool.
it came up.
He's
so I don't
resting.
know.
He's taking a
Huh?
rest.
That's not from the
Oh
camera.
yeah.
I love that photo. I want to post that photo tomorrow. That is, I love that one. Oh,
You're so good. You're so observant like me, but I didn't see that. That's funny. Yeah.
that's cool. I love that.
He's sitting waiting to get his picture taken, right?
Posing. That's
I have a sense
a
of
good
humor. Yes. There's Fuzzy. I called him Fuzzy.
fuzzy.
So anyway,
Yeah.
it has like a purplish, pinkish, whatever hue around. I don't know.
Yes, it does.
I actually saw this too.
Beautiful.
I actually saw it. So
Wow.
it was moving, and then when it stayed, and it kind of moved, and then went away, and
Okay.
it just goes wherever it goes. I don't know. This was a green one. Is that taken at night? So this, every time I see green, I'm not sure really if it really is an orb or not. I just post it. I mean, I just keep it just in case. But I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know
They
if it's a
come in
lens
those
flare or
pictures.
not.
Do you post these on Facebook by any chance?
No, I don't have a Facebook.
Okay. So you haven't posted these anywhere. You haven't got all the critics attacking you and stuff? No, not yet.
Yeah, I always post my stuff on MUFON or World of UFOs or UFO Planet with Darren Crapo. I've
Oh,
been on
okay.
his show. Yeah.
And what does MUFON say about all this?
They don't, they just call me back and they want details of what happened and so they can catalog it.
Oh, cool. So they're paying attention.
I've had a couple, actually I had 3 people wanting to come out and take pictures with me. And there's some other things that I've seen that I've never seen or heard anybody talk about. I'll tell you that in a little bit.
Good, good. We'll get to that.
There's another fuzzy. Okay.
Is that a hydro line again?
Yes, it is a power line. Yeah.
Okay.
In my backyard, I have these lines and they're so annoying, but
Okay.
they're
But
good
they do give
reference.
perspective. They give perspective to the photo.
Yeah, they do. That's why I did that a lot where I used to. Oh, there's a blue thingy again. Let me see real quick. Okay, this was interesting. You know, I was early on taking photos. I didn't know what I thought that was on my lens. And I go, oh no, there's a spot on my lens. So what I did, well, let me blow it up for you. These are not birds because I just know because I seen them.
Oh my goodness.
They were floating. But then I thought, no, they're probably birds, but they're not. They didn't act like birds. They just.
Oh, there's something
You know what I
following
mean?
that big object.
So I lowered the tint a little bit, and then I'll show you.
That's incredible.
So in comparison, it's gone. So I put in the silver color so to get a better look at it. That spot is gone now. So thank God it wasn't my lens.
Yeah, but all those little guys are still there.
Yeah. So I got all these little
Yeah.
dots. Yeah, it's
That's
weird.
fabulous stuff. Fabulous.
This is my favorite. Okay, this is my favorite. This is the most recent one. I think Grant, I showed it to you. I saw this.
Wow.
Just before I was going in the house, I go, I'm gonna take one more photo. But before I said, I really, to myself, I said out loud, man, I want to see a solid one, man. Just show me something. And I saw a light and I said, okay, I'm taking a picture. But the light was like hovering, but kind of moving kind of a thing. And then I took it and I went in the garage. I got to see it.
Yeah,
I didn't see it take off or anything.
That is really interesting because I'm looking at the date on that picture and it's April the 3rd. And it was around the beginning of April that Jan started catching pictures of stuff like this. They're football shaped, oblong. And 3 nights in a row, she was out there and she was catching these.
Wow.
At the same time, like, okay,
really?
So yeah, and I was saying, okay, so what's going on with this? We've never seen these before. Now all of a sudden we're seeing them every night.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're not, yeah, some of the ones we're shooting now are not round. But yeah, that's another story for another day.
You're in California, make sure you call this one the Tic Tac. They'll love it.
I should tell them I got another one
around it as well, like a field around it.
Yeah, it looks, I don't know. It's amazing. It's just, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, I think, Janet, if you go to the Orbs of St. Clements,
Yes.
our Facebook page,
Oh,
I
okay.
posted up a whole series of those.
Really?
Right around the same date.
Wow.
Like
No, that's wild. Okay, so over here, I don't know if you can see it, but there is a little round circle, and I darkened the page for you so you could see it. And also there's a little white dot on the top left above the roof. Now I saw these with my own eyes, so I know what I was looking at. So let me zoom in. And okay, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Right here. Okay. I think it's an orb, but it's just camouflage. Like, I don't know, but I saw that. It was crazy. So I have another, I think another perspective. I did it in gray, so maybe you could see it better.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then there's that little white dot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Different. This was kind of more in the daytime, but all right. What else? Okay, real quick here. I got the half thing again.
Yeah.
That half orb thing. And let me see.
But there's many more orbs in that picture.
This orb was on the opposite side. The first picture I showed you was on the other side of the yard. I get it again on this side, years later,
Hmm.
or whenever that I took it. So weird, just the weirdest stuff. Okay, here's another picture of an orb. I think it's an orb. I'm not an expert. I have no idea. I took it and I don't know if it is or not, but there's some squigglies and
Yeah.
things in there. I don't know for sure what the big deal right here.
And it has that edge on it.
Yeah.
Marquand talks about that edge that
Yeah.
that's a certain type of, it has that
All
edge on it.
right.
I can't remember what it means though. She told us what it meant.
Okay, now this I actually saw. Okay, I took a photo once. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was a circle, right?
Yep.
At first, it's this blue hour again.
Yeah.
So I caught this in a video of something else. It's a long story, but this is all the way zoomed. So it has like a white in the middle. It looks kind of pointy, but I don't know if it's pointy. It probably has a white in the middle for some reason. And then I go back and I take another photo and it looks like this now.
Wow. That's
And I'm
good.
zoomed in all the way. I don't know if it just turned. Maybe it just turned. Maybe it was this shape. I don't know.
So the shutter speed, everything was the same, and it's just two different photographs. Okay. Yeah. Some
Yeah.
of it's changing shape, which is
Yeah, so
Do you think it's
you
like
don't know if
turned?
they're phasing in or they're phasing out, right? Sometimes they start small and get bigger. So yeah, it's hard to know at what point you're taking the picture, if they're sort of phasing in or phasing out.
I saw this at Morro Bay. Had to take it. And it looks like the same mouse ears of the other one.
Yeah.
Mickey
where was
Mouse.
this again?
Morro Bay.
Okay.
I think last year or 2 years ago or something. It says a date, I'm sure, but it wasn't too long ago. But crazy stuff, I'm telling you. All right, here's one. I think on the same night I captured the other one, the orb next to the shed, the big plasma looking thing. This one, a Tic Tac thingy.
Yeah.
So,
Sideways.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
I'm sure you've seen all of these before, but I haven't in my photo album. So
Wow.
it has
That's-
like
That's sort of behind the branch as well, just a little bit there.
I can't tell. I can't tell if it's my I don't know. Who knows? I don't know.
It looks like on the right-hand side that it's in front of the line because it almost illuminates. There's a bit of a line to the left, on there.
That's right. There are power. There are telephone wire. I
Yeah.
didn't even see that. Didn't pay attention to that. Here's another one that I really like. I think I darkened it so you could see it better. So.
And there's
But
lots of detail in that one, eh?
Different
let me
colors.
zoom in on there for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
beautiful. And you see the two different colors on the opposite sides, right? And Klaus talks about that, and Marlena talks about that too. That can be an indication of what direction they're going in.
Really?
Because they're two different colors.
That's
Right.
really neat.
Yeah, so that's kind of the theory behind that.
Huh. That's interesting. Okay, here's one of my favorites, and it blew my mind. So I've only seen him on Grant's show. So it's like, it's like.
Yeah,
There
it
you
looks
go.
a bit like your granular, like yours, but it's
Mm-hmm.
that's the. How many photographs did
beautiful.
you take in this series? Just the one?
I can't remember on this particular one, but I would take a lot of them outside, like 50 or something, or maybe less.
Yeah.
And did all
Yeah.
of them show? Or is this the only one that had the bunch? Because sometimes you get a bunch and then the very next photo there's nothing.
Exactly, that's what happens. You get that, and this one I called the Colorful Orbs, the one that I've seen this one with the greens and the different colors. So
Blew that one up a little bit, yeah.
yes, okay.
Now the colors, that's interesting.
There's this one. I like this color. I just love that color.
Yep. And I think there's something to be said for sequences. And I'm starting to see that in a lot of my shoots. There'll be if your battery will keep up, if you can take, and I guess it's how fast your camera reloads, you know what I mean, charges the battery.
Yes.
If you, sometimes I can take 3 or 4 pictures in a minute.
Right.
And so the first picture may or may not have anything in it. Then the second picture could have a few. Then there's a great big swarm. And then the fourth picture, there could be nothing. And I think sometimes it's important to consider the sequences too, because
Exactly. Yes.
you
I
see it when you're loading them up on the sequence. So yeah, I'm going to go through mine and go back and look at some of the sequences to see if you can see it phasing in or out. Or for me, some of them start small and then they get granular and then bang, nothing. And yeah, it's very interesting because what comes and goes in 3 shots in a minute? You know what I mean? The time frame, right? I'm sure you've noticed that because at the end of the night when you're downloading your pictures, nothing, nothing, boom, a huge thing, and then the fourth picture, nothing. And if you look at the time signature, you can
okay.
have 4 pictures in a minute, right?
Yeah. Sometimes well, a lot of times too, I put mine on continuous, so it just keeps shooting. So,
Oh, I see.
okay. So then, well, let's see. What do you want to see? Light beams. I have those.
Yeah,
There's a lot of those. I just recently. It's
that's
funny. I
interesting.
highlight. I've seen. I know Grant's seen some of these too. I highlight them, and when I go back in the photo, they're not highlighted anymore. So I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah,
yeah.
these are interesting. Yeah, go through all the beam ones because I'll add them to the collection of beam. I'll send you send you a lot that look exactly like this from
Yes.
Arizona, from Hong Kong, from all over the place.
Yeah. So
And there,
you know,
let's go back to that one again because that has the break in the
over here.
yeah, you can see it's breaking up and then it's very strong in some parts there.
Yeah, it's colorful here, and then it gets kind of lighter, and then it just
Yeah.
still has color there a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's so grainy. I don't know what it's my cell phone.
It's almost like there's orbs in the
If you
background.
blow that, yeah,
Yeah,
if you blow that up, it looks granular inside, doesn't it? You can see like there's texture or something in there, right?
yeah, I blown it up too, and it looks kind of fuzzy, kind of irregular,
Yeah.
and there's color sometimes. It seems like they always have some kind of color or something,
See, it's
you know. So sometimes I see like it shaped like a head, kind of like a diamond at the end. And we have that.
Yeah.
Your little tornado thingies. I don't know what. Then you have your yeah,
Those are
pixie
good.
sticks. Your pixie sticks. You know, pickup sticks. I don't know what you call them. There's some more spikes or rods, or there's a colorful one colors. Oh, here's one right here. Right here. It's purple and green.
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of purple and green.
Yeah, that's that. There's. I'll show you some of those as well, where the color is different in the beam or whatever you want to call it as you go
And
along,
there's a beam here.
which is pretty
Yeah,
hard
and
if
there's
you're
a
going to
beam
say
here.
it's a bug.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, the regular beams, you know, and I'm all new to this. So here's the
Here's the
little
mist.
macaroni. That's what I
Is that?
call
What do you think? Is that the mist? Yeah, I think so. Eh? Or is that just clouds? Hard to
Hard
tell.
to say. It's
I
almost circular to the left there, right? You can see a great big dome there.
Yeah. Okay, keep
it's
going. Yeah.
weird. I can't explain
And
it.
is
I
that
don't.
daylight? Is that these are
No, it's after sunset, after blue hour.
okay?
And here's something. Here's blue hour because you can tell it's kind of getting dark. I don't know what this is, but it showed up.
So this is when you shoot generally in the day at that point of the day, right?
Depends.
Yeah.
It all depends, but yeah, a lot of snakes and loopy stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I there's this one photo I can't wait to show you, but these are typical things I've seen on your site too. But I'll jump right through them. Another one, and
Okay.
there. See this, and then there's one here.
Well, hang
And
on.
then
There's expand that one a little bit. It's got that break in it. That's like the Macedonia one where it's got a break in the beam.
oh, right here.
No, up above. If you go above and then it's sort of like there's And
Right
then
here?
in between, there's a blank spot. Like as you go up
Oh,
that
right
beam, right there, that's all blank spot. I've seen it.
Really, it looked kind of green to me, and then it had that like diamond kind of, or an arrowhead, like an arrowhead.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
interesting. I've got one that looks similar to that. Yeah. Okay.
It's crazy. And then I have the crisscross with the colors.
Wow.
See how they're kind of holy? They kind of have.
Yeah, your
Mhm.
beams are a little bit different because the ones that we've got are very clear edges and they don't have the holes.
I have holy ones.
You have holy ones, and they have the rough edge, which is kind of weird. It's like you're getting a different type of beam, but let's keep
Maybe it's
going.
just the camera. You think it could just be the
No,
camera?
I don't think so. We'll
This is
keep
a
going.
video
We'll see if they
still.
all look like this.
This is a video still. And I had to stop it to see what I was looking at. And I didn't know I was going to get that.
Expand that, so let's see the edge of that one.
Okay. That's really, it'd be kind of fuzzy there to me.
So did the video show that thing, or is it?
Yeah, it's video still. I paused it.
Wow.
I never thought I was going to get something like that.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's got the color. It's got the
Mhm.
cavities in it.
That's crazy. And then I don't know what this is, but
There's the mist.
Yeah.
it's so
Mm.
like there's a line, and it looks like a hammer or something. I don't know. So,
Yeah, it's the mist. People get that. Most people don't realize it's connected to the orbs, but it is connected to the orbs. Whatever it is.
okay, now this I really want to show you. Okay, not this one, but I mean, I'm getting to it, but
Yep.
there's
Yeah,
that, of course, and then this.
yeah, just keep going. Yeah. And
Okay,
what is that building? What is that building in the background there?
that's my house.
Okay.
Okay, and it's gonna get more. Oh, the same one. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. That was captured like 2 nights ago or something like that.
This is 2 nights ago,
2 or 3 nights ago or something.
and you got an
Wow.
orb, and you got like a storm going. Yeah, there's some from
Yeah.
Arizona. I don't know if you've seen the ones from Teresa from Arizona has some like this, and she's doing. Oh my goodness.
Hey, my
Teresa will love
battery's
this.
low. My battery's low on my computer. Can I go get my charger?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Okay.
Quite the show here.
Oh, it's amazing. And yeah, and like I said, nobody knows what this is. So, right, whether it's earth energy or stuff coming in and out of context, the energy.
Okay, I'm getting there. I got to plug it in.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I should have done that earlier.
No problem.
Okay, sorry. All right. Okay. All right, we're back in business. Okay, so yes, this is I did motion. I said, I want to see something. You just give me something, and then it did this.
Wow. So
I
you
don't
actually
know.
asked for that. That's interesting.
That is amazing.
And then, of course, these, the same old,
Let's go back to that one
This is
again because it's got that flat bottom on it again. You get these flat bottom.
this one?
Yeah, see, it's not really round. It's got that sort of, okay.
Yeah, kind of a
Yeah.
weird
Okay.
thing going on there. And then that, and then the 2 orb thingies, and
Yeah.
the things I'm sure you've seen. We have this thing going on over my shed here, and then
Yeah. You'll see these in Macedonia if you've seen the collections. The Macedonian has a lot of that. Again, there
Yeah.
you got the mist and the objects coming through the mist.
Yep.
yeah. Oh, the same. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I cropped this one so you can see it better.
Eh,
It's
okay,
kinda-
there you go. There's one of these things. See, the edges on yours are not. They're sort of bumpy, but you have the same thing where it starts in one spot and goes to another spot. It doesn't keep going, which is kind of, it's almost like the light is a thing unto itself. It's not a beam of light. Otherwise, it would keep going through through the back side of the photo, but it's
Yes. Yeah. I
it's
see
cut
what
off
you're
at
saying.
two ends. Yeah, that's interesting.
And the little tubes again.
I
That's
find
just-
those pictures interesting because there's tubes and orbs.
Yeah.
In the
Don't get
same.
that, or
I don't get a lot of the tubes, but you see, I'm not using my cell phone
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I called these the giants because they're giant, of course, and I was shocked to see this, and it had color in it. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then this one was really interesting. I have down here.
Yeah.
Then I have this thing. I want to show you something. I don't know if it's my mind playing tricks, but doesn't that look like some face, or is it just me?
I see what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to go there, but
Yeah,
it just kind of, what's that?
maybe
Then you
just
have that. Then you have yeah, it's just a weird, it's just weird. I shouldn't have said anything, but
playing with you. Yeah,
and this was one photo after another. Then there's this right here, this huge tube thingy that looks pretty well, it's not, it looks kind of irregular there,
yeah.
but who knows. And another one.
Yeah, there again, it's cut off in the sky. It just goes so far and then it stops, the beam.
Yeah, maybe it's
Pretty-
indecisive. I don't know. I don't know.
If it was a beam of light, it should keep going all the way through. So it's not.
Yeah.
This is
it's not a
my favorite. One of my favorites is a tube, and this guy, a hitchhiker. So I don't know what's going on there.
That's interesting. Like a little dome on it.
Yeah, another one, and I'll zoom in on the. That's kind of interesting.
It sure is.
It kind of looks like it's underwater or some kind of watery kind of look texture to it, or something. This was weird.
Yeah, that's that mist stuff again.
Yeah.
That is wild. And then you have the earlier lighter sky with this thing.
Okay.
And then another one of these with the color, and
Yeah, where it's cut off. Yeah.
I can't help it if they're cut off.
In fact, I was just posting
Wow.
those objects today on Twitter, the ones with the beam where it gets cut off in the sky, where it seems to stop in the middle of the sky.
Yeah.
All right.
And it makes you wonder if those beams and the orbs, are they the same thing in different points of coming into,
Yeah.
right, or going out of, or are they
Okay,
just
connection.
different things?
Yeah.
Now this is when I lived in Feller, and I didn't see this, but this kind of was interesting. This is when around 2 or 2:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
I sent this off, and they did this thing for it, and it had a light pink on the ends, but you can't really see it. But I
Wow.
thought that was interesting. And then this was my very first photo. It's a square. It's actually a square. It's not a bug or anything. And over my roof. And then here's the whatever this is.
So you're saying first one, so this is going back to when you first started.
2013.
There you go. So this is when they wake you up. Say, take a look over your house.
See, there's that. I saw this going on in my backyard, so I took a photo. So,
What have you got a helicopter there?
yep.
Grant, that's your helicopter
The
shot.
helicopter with the UFO in it. That's another one for the collection.
Oh,
Do you have these low flying helicopters come over your house?
do I? Don't even go there. That's another program.
There
But
you go. Well, tell me a little bit about this, because that photo with the UFO in it is significant, because people will always say they got low flying helicopters over the house. Then they show me a photograph of the helicopter and it's got a UFO in it. So I say, is it really a helicopter? Because how many helicopters have got a UFO? You start wondering, is it actually a helicopter? Because everyone seems to have a UFO in the photograph with the helicopter, which makes you wonder what's really going on.
yeah.
That's interesting. You've got one of those. That's good.
Now, this is something I've never seen or heard anybody talk about. This is, I don't know, out in the country around 9:30 at night. It was during the summer, or August 6th, 13.
Yep.
I would look up in the same area when it's this very beautiful starry night, and I would just stare up there, and a star, like a star with the beams of light, and this one's gold, and it came out of the sky and floated down. It was huge, and I ran back, and I thought it was going to hit my house.
Yep.
And it looked smaller, and it was just a delicate gold points of light, and it went and turned, and it went over the vineyards and just kept going. And then some of them just dissipate. Some of them dissipate with sparkles at the end, a trail of sparkles.
Wow.
I seen gold and white. I never seen anybody experience that. Now you can't see this. I had to blow it up. It's above my house in Fowler, and it's a white object. It's not a bird or nothing. I have a lot of those little dots, and this I blew this up. I cropped it.
Wow.
This one was an early one. This was when I lived in Fowler.
Wow.
I saw this one. It just hovered.
Okay.
It was really a weird time back then. I was experiencing a lot. This was like a cigar. You can't really tell
Oh yeah.
how,
Yeah.
on the computer, they kind of get degraded a little bit, I guess. And here's something down here on the bottom.
Okay.
I do the cord, the power cord, power line for comparison.
Yeah.
This was on the edge of where I lived. So I had this, I don't know why I took this, but this showed up.
Wow.
You get a lot of that same shape, don't you?
Yeah.
I guess so. This looks, segmented. Has like gaps looking in the middle. I've had the white ones where they have like segmented. They're not like solid black. They're like, and then this was over in Fowler above the post office, where my husband works.
Wow.
Don't tell anybody. No, this was weird. Now look at this. This was not a drone. I wasn't familiar with drones back then, 2013 or whatever. It looks like a fish or something.
Wow.
Weird. Around 2:30 a.m. I mean, p.m.
Wow.
Again, look at this. I have two slivers here. I have a black sliver. Can you see my arrow?
Yep.
Okay, I have one there.
Yep.
And one here, and I'm gonna blow it up. And they weren't birds. I saw them. They were just hovering. There. The other ones.
Shape. Yeah, it's true. It's the same shape.
I have tons. So there's
I was going to get you to go to that mist one in the middle of the page there, but we'll do this one first. Yeah.
This one, where's that?
Right there. Yeah. What is that?
Right here?
Yeah. The one you just had it. These looks like a cloud.
Looks like a cloud.
Right. Middle top row.
Middle.
Right there, yeah.
Oh, this one. Oh, I'm
okay.
sorry.
That's I guess you can't remember if that was a cloud or that's the mist. Okay.
That's a cloud. Yeah, that's a cloud.
Okay.
This is like segmented. I don't know if it's. And then this was my second photo of my early beginnings of 2013 taking photos. This was creeping me out. I saw this and I was in the yard and I was facing west and I looked to my left and it was just hovering there. It was dark and I felt very uncomfortable, very scared. I don't know. It just was scary to me. I didn't have good feelings when I saw this. And it's hovered.
Let me just clarify something. So in the beginning, you were photographing objects in the sky like this, and they turn later to orbs, and now the orbs are in the house. So you didn't really see the orbs first. You were seeing actual craft flying around in daylight and stuff like that, correct?
Yeah, but I see both, visual.
But you didn't see the orbs back in 2013 and 14. You were seeing this kind of stuff.
This orb stuff is new.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So this craft was hovering and it was right there. I mean, I felt like I was being watched
there you go.
And I didn't know anything about drones back then. And and then it went towards the south, and south would be Selma, another town.
Okay.
This was taken when I was driving. I was stopped, don't worry.
Yeah. Wow, that's pretty clear.
That is good, very good.
Okay. And then this, I don't know what these are, but this is my first one with something like this. I think I seen one of these in a photo once, but it's weird. It looks like a, I don't know. Okay, this was silent. This was on July 9th, my anniversary, on 2017. And I was out with my friends and family. And I said, look, do you see that? And they didn't care. I don't think they saw it, but I did.
Wow.
And it was moving. It was in Fresno. And
That's
again,
good.
That's excellent.
That's good.
again, I wasn't into drones or anything like that. So it was silent. And I saw it. I couldn't believe it. It was moving, and then it just, here's a crop photo, and
That's a good one.
There's not much. It just looks square. And
The box. That's a good one. That's a good one.
then this one, I took, I saw a light and I just turned and I snapped. I didn't see it, but this is what came up. This was in Fresno at college parking lot.
Wow. I think they got your attention here.
They
And
sure
then
do.
I've seen these on TV, but I don't know really if this is anything. I don't know.
Those are fabulous.
Huh, I don't know what do you guys think with these? Is it just a moving thing and it has colored, I don't know, colored string?
Yeah, they may be moving. Yeah, it's just the theory of wow. It wants you to go, what's going on here? Just like, watch me do this.
Yeah.
This one is again in the car.
Yeah, that's almost like a classic saucer.
Yeah.
But it has like it has like above, it has the things in the back. Let's see. Okay, here's an interesting one. Have you seen this? Because I haven't. I've actually seen this, but I didn't see what it looked like, but I seen it. So I took video of it. So this is a video still.
So it's an object's not moving, right?
No, it's moving. I took video and then I didn't know what I was looking at. And then I saw this and I took a photo of the still.
But when you saw it, it was two lights, and when you photographed it, it left the trail or whatever. Right?
No, I saw a light and it was big and I saw it. I go, I got to take a photo. I'm in a video of this. And then it came from the west and it turned right to go south. And it was, I couldn't believe it. So this, I used my Panasonic V500 and it has something times zoom. What is it? 10 times? No, 100 times zoom or something.
Okay.
No, 90. Anyway, it's 10 miles. It can go 10 mile zoom. So
Wow.
that was my new camera, my camcorder. Okay, right here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with pink with a white. And then here, this was blue hour. So I didn't see any stars. So blue hour is a good time to take photos.
Yeah.
So you have one. Then of course you have your other little things that they're friends with them.
Yeah.
I have 3 right here, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
And they look segmented. And then down here, let me show you. Down here, yeah, there's another one, or whatever it is. I don't know. Look at that.
Oh,
What is that?
That's amazing.
you're shooting a beam.
Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
don't know. I'm getting some pink ones lately. I don't know. It's the same photo, but down here it didn't show the white on the pink. It didn't show the white on the pink thing, the white light. It just looks like that now.
Wow.
And then these are recent. Another pink one. What's up with the pink? I don't know, but I like it. It's pretty. And then I cropped it and it looked like that. It's kind of grainy. Sorry. It's my computer.
Interesting.
But yeah, and here's another one from my backyard. They put this on. Oh, I don't know why it's blurry, but yeah, that was, I sent this off to a website and they did this. So.
Wow.
Then here's another white. This looks totally different. This was hovering. This white object was big. It was massive. It didn't look small like this. It was hovering over my yard, and I watched it. So I said, I'm gonna take photos of it before it gets too far away. And it looked a lot bigger than this. I'm telling you, but it was weird. But and then it moved again because down here. So it's just, I'm on max zoom, but it kind of looks rectangular-ish, but you never know, I don't know. But it was hovering and then it moved and then that thing again. But I have a lot more photos. That's just partial. And then I think here's one right here, a video in my house, pink, a light pink one. This was like a night or 2 ago. Wow. Hello.
It's like posing.
That's about it with that one. I try to keep them short for you. So.
Wow.
Those are excellent.
Oh, they're. Oh, okay. This was like, I think last night. what I did was I was sitting on the couch in the living room and I was hitting my feet together. And this is a river of orbs. Okay, I couldn't believe it. They just kept coming.
Wow.
And they're moving fast, eh? That's,
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah. They're easy to see against a dark background. Some people put a
Yeah.
black thing on the wall so you can see them pretty clear.
And they seemed like they were coming out of the floor or something.
Wow.
But yeah, I just hit my feet together and it agitated them or something. Maybe that's a sign, get out. I don't know.
Well, I had a friend that would clap his hands and you could see them. You were building.
So what I did here was hold my hand out to see if I can calm them down, and it worked. You could still see a little fast movement, but most of all, they just settled down.
Wow.
I was trying to experiment, so if they would respond to anything. So one, I think here, another video, it's in my garage. I did this recently. Here we go. That's a camera green light, so that's nothing. Here's a flasher. I'm doing this. See if one will flash. I just saw one. There it is. Wow, there's a flasher. I get excited. That is amazing. That's amazing, but yeah.
Wow.
I think that's pretty much all of them. Oh, except for the cat. I had to show you my last one, my kitty.
Okay.
Okay, here's the raw that it's like a few days ago or so. There's that. So what I did was I used my cell phone and I just snapped flash photos with my flash on, with my, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
So it's down here, it's pink and green. And it looks like my ceiling's pink and green.
Okay.
And then another one showed up below, right here.
Wow.
Sorry for the messy room. So, and here's right here. And the fan, I love the fan. The fan is going.
Yeah.
So it couldn't be dust or anything. I mean, it could have, you know what I mean, but it's not. And here it's on the curtain.
Wow.
And again, the curtain, I don't know what the thing with the curtains, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's the
But it was nice of them to do that so I can get that.
Nice background, right?
Yeah. And there was another one here, a little scraggler. Okay, here's one I almost missed, but it's not a light. It's not an artificial light. I couldn't believe this. So I took another photo and it's not there.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to get that across. And another one.
Okay.
And then, okay, okay. And then right here, I asked for it to come and it came. I said, I want to see an orb. And immediately, I couldn't believe it. Wow.
Wow.
And here in the car, here's two, a transparency, whatevers. And then here's some flying away or whatever they do. And then, so that's pretty much everything so far. Except I think did I show you this one?
No.
It's a smaller white orb. It's just an orb flashing. I'm waiting and here it comes. You know, your typical, here I am, and there I go.
Wow.
Yeah, here I am. Just
There
let
we
you know.
What are you planning for the future? Have you got some new stuff you want to? Seems like it's picking up, and you're getting better results as you go along. It's kind of interesting how have you seen any of the objects in the sky lately? Because most of your objects in the sky, like the crafts and the daylight stuff, seems to be from a while ago. Like it's almost like they're changing the pattern of what they're doing. Have you had any like sightings of crafts and stuff in the sky?
Yeah, when I went to Vegas, there's some other things in Vegas. I couldn't cram them all here. That's too many, but
Okay.
they're like a white football, like a football shaped up in the hill, driving away from Nevada in the hills. Black objects when I was at Pahrump, Nevada.
Oh, yeah.
I went out on my top aunt's balcony and I took photos and there was something there. But you never know what they are. But I still get objects in my photos. I still get, oops. Well, anyway, I got out a photo. Sorry. But yeah, that's about it.
Wow. Well, I'm very impressed with this. We'll put it up and we'll get some reaction from it. And once again, so MUFON is looking at these. Are they cataloging all these? Or do they have any opinion on this?
No, they're kind of silent in the background. Only if, like their protocol, they will just call you and ask for detail.
Okay. Well, we'll link you up with I don't know how many of the sites you've seen. We'll link you up with some of the big people that are doing the same thing you're doing. And sometimes I don't know if you've seen, we've had some orb panels from time to time.
Oh yes, I've been watching your programs. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the thing. We'll link you up with those people. And there are a couple of sites. Janet, you can help me sort of transfer information over to Janet that we have. There's a bunch of sites around the world where this stuff is being posted. And I think you're helping us figure this thing out, because there definitely is a pattern that there's the crafts, there's the orbs, there's the mist, and then there's these beams that almost like they've chosen certain people to tap into this. And you're one of the people who is one of the better collections I've ever seen in terms of, and I've seen a lot around the world. A lot of people send me collections like this, but very, very impressive.
Do you, in your opinion, real quick, I don't want to keep you, but do you have an opinion where I do kind of, I'm thinking when I look at these photos of the beams with the light rods or whatever, the solid colored ones, with the orbs, with the squigglies, with the, I think they're different things, don't you? They're separate. If there are multiple different animals in the world, why can't there be multiple different things in the air that we can't see? You know what I mean? Like there's,
yeah, funny you should say that, because whenever I have this discussion with people, I say, well, there's, you don't build an ocean and put in one fish, right? You don't build a jungle and put in one animal. So you don't build a universe and put in one intelligent, right? So, I think for sure, I think there's many different kinds.
Right.
And so we see them, like, I like your take on the blue hour, because I'm finding you can get a lot of good orb pictures then, because they fluoresce easier. But I think we all forget that they're probably there all during the day too, of course, right? It's just more visible at the blue hour, like you say, or in the evening. So they're around us all the time, and I'm sure there's many layers of it. It's just
I think they're everywhere. I get a kick out of some of these ghost hunting programs where they think, oh, it's a dead person. Well, if orbs are everywhere, of course they're going to be there too. It doesn't mean it's a dead person. I think, in my opinion, I think they've always been here, and if they're everywhere, and then we're just now seeing it because we have all this technology now. They're really interesting. I think it's a real thing, and I think it would be great to have people like me and others that really, well, like you and all, can compile, like they do in MUFON or something. They check off the boxes. What is their behavior? What is this? What did you find that I didn't? And then compile all the information so we can have a lot more evidence to present someone to put this in the books. I mean, real books, not, you know what I mean? To classify this as a real thing.
Yeah, and collect it like you do with any scientific data. You collect it to see the patterns, and especially from all the different places in the world and people's perspectives, because you're finding yours very, very interactive. And so, there's an intelligence or a consciousness there, that.
There's this, I think Grant knows, of course he knows this, But there's a, remember that UFO crash 6/11 or something? Well, there's this, I can't remember his name, but he had a device or instrument that could read what something like an object is made out of. I was wondering if they could use that for the orbs to see what kind of light, what is it made out of? I mean, really get into it. Like my mind starts going like, okay, what is their behavior? There's another YouTuber, two YouTubers that are fascinating that I think you should watch. It's called Orb Whisperer, and his name is Paul Little from Australia. And he has some amazing orb videos, kind of like mine, where he puts out his hand, he's actually seen him sitting in tree branches. It just mind-boggling. There's another one called Orb Library. He shows black and white night vision or whatever camera video of orbs, large orbs in the rain. He shows them when the bugs come and they bump into each other, and he knows they're solid at that time. He compares spider webs to orbs. He's very study. It's amazing. Now that just his website or his YouTube channel, you would think that would be in the books already. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And some of them are like Grant had, what's his name? Stan Ho. He's a diver, and they found him under the ocean. You would think, oh, this would be enough information to, okay, these should be in the books, but like, it seems like we have more information about this than Bigfoot. And Bigfoot is like, oh, he's sacred. We can't hunt, we can't kill him.
Well, I guess it's like any other process that we have to go through the work to do it, because you're one of the leading people on the front edge, because not many people have been doing it. As I said, like the beams have only been seen, I've never seen one before 2015.
Yeah.
The orbs only came sort of in after the digital camera came in. It's almost like they're opening this thing up. And so the thing would be for all of us to get the message out. I'll put it through my channel, but now you have connections to us, and we'll put you in contact with a bunch of other people. We may even get a sort of a group going where, like, I usually copy people. So when I copy, I'll copy Janet, the guy in Chicago, the guy in Hong Kong, the people in Macedonia, in Australia. And you have this sort of massive list so that you can keep track with all the other people, because there's a lot of people doing the same thing as you. Like Janet's got thousands of photos. The woman from Marlena Marquand, she has 150,000 photos or something like that. So there's a lot of people who have huge collections, and I guess it's up to us to look at these collections and put them out there and raise the consciousness. Because people are not going to believe it right away. They're still going to, like today I was posting on Twitter some of the beams, and of course they come and say, well, this is dust going across the film, and it's like, okay, give your head a shake. And we have to raise the consciousness that people are just sort of getting used to the fact that there are this many photos. And that's what I tell people. There are 500,000 photos at least of this kind of stuff, and it's a matter of people realizing that there's a lot of people doing these photos, and they have all sorts of characteristics, like different colors, and you're getting more. Like, you're not only getting orbs, you're also getting crafts and stuff like that, which is very, very impressive. That sort of connects it into a bigger world. So I think a lot of it is just the theory of wow. Because if you see yours or Janet's or whatever, there's no two that are the same. Like, you can take two photographs one after another, and one will have three orbs, and the next one will have 100 orbs. It's almost like every photograph is different. And I have that thing called the theory of wow. They just want you to go wow, and they show you something really wild, and the photos are getting wilder and wilder all the time. Yeah. And it's sort of to defy the skeptic who says, well, it's dust. And then it's like some of yours where you have like these like 30 beams going across the film. Okay, what you say, this is massive dust? I mean, it's crazy. It's almost like when somebody gets skeptical, they'll come out with a new photo, let someone get a photo of something that totally disproves the fact that it's dust, or that it's just a light beam or something like that. So I would say keep taking the photos, and let's stay in touch. And I'm very impressed with your stuff. I'll put it out, and it'll get a few thousand people that'll watch it, and the people will be sort of critical, but a lot of people are starting to catch on, and they'll say, oh, this is really cool. And if you have a site, well, you don't have a site, but keep posting us with the stuff you've got. and we will maybe put it on Janet's site because she's got an orb site, and put a little section for JD there, and let's go.
Yeah, recognition, of course.
One last
Right.
thing, the YouTubers I mentioned, they really would like to be on your show. Just plug in that. And
Well,
they're work.
if you get it, just tell them that to reference you and to come on, and we will do this, because that's what it's about. Is I have a little bit of a pull that I can show it to a lot of people, and so I will give these people exposure, because the more we do this, the more we do these kind of shows where people are seeing not one photograph but hundreds and hundreds of photographs, then they go, they can't be making the whole thing up. I mean, changing consciousness takes a long time, and it's a very slow process, but that's what we do, is we just sort of inundate people where they suddenly get upset and give up and say, yeah, okay, it's probably real. But you know, that's what we got to do, is we got to keep hammering away and put it out there, and let people come to the conclusion that there's something going on. But it's going to take a while. So let those people know if they got photos and they want to come on. Janet and I will talk to them, and we'll try to get as much exposure to their stuff as possible, because that's what we've got to do. If we've got a story, we should be telling the story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and stay curious, because you know what, that's where I went with it too. It's just, wow, this is, and then you're just hooked, because it's interesting. Like I said before, life can get a little bit mundane, but once you spark that curiosity up, and then you can see that your format is changing, right? That there's the beams, you never know what's going to be there the next time you go out. And it's really wonderful. And thank you so much for sharing this with us. And yeah, I'll be dreaming in orbs again tonight.
Okay, use your cell phone and press record. I'm telling you, you go in your hallway when it's dark, do it. It's amazing. So
I sort of like it when they're outside and I'm inside right now. I know it's all in my imagination, but
yeah. So if I have any new photos or videos, I could just email them to you.
Yeah, send it to both of us, and
Yeah.
Janet, if you could put maybe a little section in your YouTube or your Facebook, and maybe help her move them so that they know it's not just you, and I'll promote your site, which will in turn
Yeah.
promote JD, and we'll build up the audience on your site, and people will have another place to go. And the more we do this, there's a lot of sites that have these things, and the more we do it, the more we're going to get this out, and somebody will figure out what's going on here, or somebody will get even better cameras and show us things that try this, try that. And that's what we need to do, is share what we've got.
And
Yeah,
collective
compare notes.
knowledge is right. It's powerful. If everybody gets lots of these pictures and we can start, I don't know if we'll ever figure out what they are, but
Yeah.
piece at a time. Maybe we're the messengers, right, to show and start the ball rolling. I'm not sure, but it's great fun, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. It's exciting to see what Janet has shown here tonight. I mean, it's exciting. You want to look at all the photos, and it's like, wow, look at that, like, and the colors and the different things.
Yeah.
It's exciting
When I first videotaped him, I couldn't sleep. I was up at 2 a.m. or 12 at night doing the video, and I couldn't stop. So I have to get to bed sometime. So
Okay, thanks for that, and we will be in touch, and we'll probably do another show once you've got some more photos, or we'll bring
great.
you on a panel. Maybe we'll get a panel going with Janet, and bring on some of the orb people from the world, and get everybody to talk about it, because we do that with experiences as well. People have had experiences with beings or whatever. They want to tell their story. They want to have a support group. So what we'll do is we'll have a panel on orbs, and all the orb people can come on there and just chit chat and show photos, and
It sounds like fun. Yeah,
Great
that sounds
fun.
really great.
Okay,
All right.
Thanks for
we'll
sharing
let you
again.
go. Thank you very much for reaching out. I really appreciate it, and we'll do what we can to promote your stuff, and we'll figure it out.
All right.
Beautiful.
Okay, thanks, Grant.
Okay, thank you for participating.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.